Hey guys, today's question is count vowel strings in ranges. In this question, we are given with a string array words and a 2D integer array queries which defines the range at every index of query I which is defined li, ri. Okay, so there are two size array at every index, and what we have to find the number of the strings present in the range li to ri, both including of words that starts and end with a vowel. Okay, so what you have to find uh, and for every queries we have to answer for that particular query, and we have to return that answer array that for every query what is the answer. Okay, number of strings that ends and start with the vowel in that range. Okay, so like in this example you can see the queries is given as this array 0 to 1 4 1 1. So for this first query 0 comma 2, this is the range 0 to second index. Now the words that are starting and ending with the vowel are this one, first one, and the third one. Okay, this is not starting and ending both with vowel, so the answer is 2. Okay, the count of those words. Now second query is 1 comma 4, so this is 1 2 3 4 these. So in these words we can see this is starting and ending with the vowel, this is also starting and ending with vowel, and this one is also starting and ending with vowel, so the count is 3. Okay, this one is not, so we return 3 for this one. And now for the last query 1 comma 1, only for this element 1 comma 1 which left and right both index are 1, so no element is having both vowels at the starting and ending. Okay, so the count is 0. That's it. So we have to return the count for every queries. So what will be our approach is, first we will take another array. Let's say we will take a prefix array, and we will store that if the current element uh, is a element that have both vowels or not. Okay, so for this element the count will be 1, this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 1, and this will be 1. Okay, and now for every query what we can simply do, first we will take the prefix from the right side to left side, and now if we know the number of count of the uh, elements that have both vowels at the starting and ending at this value. Okay, and also at this value. Okay, so we know the count for this range. Okay, and for this range both by the prefix array. So if someone tells if the query is to found the range of this array, what we will simply do is we will subtract this range prefix array minus this range. Okay, and we will store the prefix from the right side in the starting, and by doing this every time, so as you can see, if the right is here and the left is here, we have to return the prefix array of left minus prefix array of right plus 1. Okay, but what if the right is here? So if we will check at every point, if the right is at the last index, we will simply minus by 0. Okay, because there is no element in the right side which have both vowels at starting and ending. Okay, so now let's code for that to understand well. So first we will create a answer array that will written in the end. Okay, now we also have to take a prefix array in which we will store the count of the vowels from the right side. The We will take the cumulative sum for the prefix array. Now first, to fill this prefix array, we will iterate over the words. Okay, for index and words. Now if the both elements, the starting element and the last elements are vowels, then we will push back 1, otherwise we will push back 0. Okay, so let me write the condition. So for the first character, if x of 0 double equals to a, or x of 0 double equals to next vowel is e, or x of 0 double equals to I, or x of 0 double equals to o, or x of 0 double equals to u. Okay, so by this condition we will check if the first character is vowel or not, and the last character should also be vowel. So let's copy this and simply change the index. So 0 double equals to, it was u in the end, a I O U. Let's take the size here. Int n equals to words dot size minus 1. This will be the last index, so simply replace this 0 by n for the last index. Okay, so if this condition satisfies, that means that for the current string, this string has both vowels at the starting and end, so we'll simply push back 1. So prefix dot pushback 1. In the else case, both the values are not vowels, so simply push back 0. Prefix dot push back 0. Okay, now let me see if this is correct. Yeah, so now it should be x dot size. Okay, for the current string, n equals to x dot size. Okay, now after this for loop we have the prefix array. So first we will calculate the cumulative sum from the right side. So for int I equals to prefix dot size minus 2, we don't check for the last index because we have to check for the prefix array. So I minus minus. Now prefix of I plus equals to prefix of I plus 1. That's it. Now what we will do is simply we will iterate over that queries array. So for auto and x in queries. Now every queries array every element have 2 element in that array, so first take those as integers. So left will be x of 0 and right will be x of 1. Okay, now as we discussed before, if the right is at the last index, okay, like let's say this is the query, then we have to subtract this prefix array minus the element at this position, but there is no element at this position. So if the right is at the last index, we will minus by 0. Okay, prefix of left minus 0. Okay, so if right double equals to last index, which is words dot size or prefix dot size minus 1, then we'll simply push back prefix of left minus 0. So minus 0, we don't need to write minus 0. In the else case, as we discussed before, if you want to find the, let's say, this query, okay, the left is at this index and right is at this index, and we know the count for this query also, for this subarray also, and for this subarray also, okay, and for this subarray also, because we counted from the right prefixes. So we'll simply subtract this count, okay, the number of counts in this subarray minus this one. Okay, so prefix of left minus prefix of right plus 1. So prefix of left minus prefix of right plus 1. Okay, that's it. Now after this for loop we can simply return our answer array. Let's try to run this. Okay, did something wrong, I guess. Expected 230. Sorry, we have to write answer dot pushback here at this value. Okay, now let's try to run this. Okay, let's submit this. So the code is accepted. Thank you for watching.